Hello, Vanguard fans. Justin Burtis with you here, and it is time for us to preview the 2021-2022 women's basketball season. Head Coach Russ Davis, you've joined us today. How are you doing on this Wednesday morning?
I'm doing great. Great to be here. Great to be alive.
Always good to have you up here, and we are set for what should be an exciting season here for women's basketball. Obviously, you guys made the national tournament last year. Didn't quite get we're not able to overcome Mid-American Nazarene there in overtime, but your thoughts on last year? I know you were kind of in and out as well with your own problems and COVID and everything. So,
To be honest, I was really proud of our team last year because, in my 40 years of coaching, I've never had a team that had to go on the shelf for 7 straight weeks in the middle of the season, and then not be able to do anything with them, and then have key players out, and then others in quarantine, and 9 games in front of no fans like most of the country did, at least most of the West Coast anyway. Watching games in other places, and I guess COVID was just here in the West Coast, I guess. But our girls gave everything they had, and I was really proud of them to, we were, one little missed shot away from going to the Sweet 16 with 70 kids that were playing, so really proud of them and my staff. It was, and we have most of those kids back, and then we've added some good players, so pretty excited about, some things we can do this year.
So let's dive into those players. Obviously, you got 4 starters, 6 returners. 2 of them came up to the NAI All-American list, and a couple GSAC award winners as well. So who's back from last year's team?
Well, basically, I think Fanny would be a considered starter too. So we really kind of have 5 starters because Fanny started some games last year, and then Stefania Geithner is maybe listed in the roster or whatever, but we call her Fanny. And but this year she'll be coming off the bench, and then we have a girl from Uganda who is super talented, still learning the game, but has been absolutely dominant in practice, and so she's going to have a terrific career here. So I don't want to jinx anything, but she's the most talented incoming player that we've ever had, and that's saying a lot. 6'1", she basically threw down the duck this summer when her knee wasn't bothering her in transition. She's got a little tendonitis right now going, but she'll get through that, and it's a game changer on both ends. So she's still learning things, so she's still processing, but there's times where I literally get goosebumps and shake my head like, I guess I want to be a good coach again this year. You get players like that, right? So we had her, and then we've got to have Hannah Monty back. She was going through her own health issues last year and stuff, so she worked extremely hard this summer, and she went from somebody I wasn't sure if she was going to make our rotation to like our 7th man. So, that's impressive. Then we added Alyssa Salgado, who played 4 years at Life, one redshirted. She played for her father, Rich was a coach there. So she's got 4 years of GSAC experience, 3 years starting over there. So she gives us more depth on the bench, and she's going from one program to the other and adjusting. I'm really happy where she's at right now. She's getting better every day and every week, and learning what we're doing. And then we have another freshman that'll probably be in that rotation right now. Alexa, she's from Scylla. She's from Central Valley up there, Fresno area. So she plays some great programs, and she's ready to go. She's a freshman, so she's still learning. She's not going to get huge minutes, but she's going to get some time, and would be surprised if she continues to grow those minutes as we go. Really happy with her. And we're redshirting a couple other of our freshmen that are just not quite ready yet. And so because of all the people we have returning in front of them, so I think with that. And then we have another freshman that's probably, she's going to be fighting for time here behind Long Beach Wilson. She was the CIF champion and was a large size post player, but she's really coming around the last couple of weeks. She's getting it. For a while there, she was just really learning and absorbing, but she found another gear, which is sometimes people come in and they think they're playing hard, but they're not playing to the college level of expectations. So she's been matching that lately, so I'm really super proud of her and her improvement. So I think there's a good chance you might be able to see her next week, and then we're on home opener. So pretty happy with that. And then I think I'm not forgetting that we have Mayo too, Bradford, but I don't know. She's having back problems, so she hasn't been with us for probably almost a month. So I'm not sure when she's going to return. Yeah.
And how important is it to this team to have the big couple returners there in Michaela and Gabby, and then obviously Lauren as well?
Yeah. Well, I mean, those three have been. This is their third year being captains. So, second year for Lowe, I think. So they're tremendous leaders. We've had some college coaches, including today and yesterday, last week, come through and watch our practices. Which has been surprising a little bit because we go 6 a.m. But and they're really impressed with our team, and they're really impressed with our communication and our leadership. So that's all on them. We kind of put that in, and then stuff that carries over. It's just kind of like our standard that we have. That they know this is helping what we do, and this is going to help us. It's one of the reasons why we win every year, because of I don't want to ever rebuild. We just hope fortunately we've never had to rebuild. We've just always kind of reloaded. So we've been really blessed. God has been really looking over our program.
Moving forward then, obviously this year starts with a couple non-conference games, but GSAC play right around the corner. You were picked to finish second in the Golden State Athletic Conference behind the reigning NAIA champion Westmont Warriors. You've also been picked to be the 10th best team in the nation in the NAIA, just released a little bit ago here on this Wednesday morning. So what are your expectations for the season? How does the rest of the conference look? And how do you think things stack up, especially as we head towards those two big Westmont games?
Well, we had first of all, Westmont is clearly the best team right now in the country, and obviously in our league. They returned so much from last year's national championship team. They're well coached. They got arguably the two best guards in the country, including the national player of the year returning. So, everybody else is just trying to knock them off, which is not going to be an easy task. So much respect for what they got going on over there, and I'll be glad when those guards graduate. They're just super talented. They're definitely mid-level or higher Division I type guards. So fun to watch unless you're playing against them. Unless it's right in front of you.
Right.
But so when we had our coaches call, everybody really liked their teams. So I think it's going to be pretty deep, and I think there's going to be a lot of good games this year. Having the broke up last year where we didn't really get to see some of those teams, so we don't know too much about them really. But Williams Jessup had a nice win the other day. They won the other side last year. They had a nice win the other day against Eastern Oregon, who was the team that's receiving those. So I think Jessup was picked 6th or 7th maybe in our league. I don't remember off the top of my head, but so I mean our conference is deep. Hope won last night, big margin. And Westmont's getting ready to go play Bushnell up in Oregon. I was also playing the University of Oregon in next Michigan game and playing them. And Bushnell, I think, came out 23rd. So we have some good conference opponents coming in here. And then we also go to Arizona and play a couple pretty good teams out there in the Arizona tournament before Christmas, before we jump into it. And then we have 2 conference games in November as well, with William Jessup and Menlo coming down here. Those 2 big games for them because Menlo's traditionally a very strong program as well. And and they didn't get to play last year, so they'll be eager and hungry.
Yeah, it's always kind of must be a weird thing for a coach where you have to dive straight into doing a couple conference games that matter just as much as the ones after the Christmas break or even the couple before. So
Yeah, because we're navigating through some stuff, you know, some injuries and people have missed practice and coming back, but you know what, everybody is, so, you know, we're gonna sit here and make up excuses, but that's just gonna get you beat, because basically if you make up excuses going into games or going into season, then, you know, then the people are gonna need to have an out, you know, like, somebody else gotta step up, you know. Either somebody that gets 10 points, 10 rebounds a game, or then everybody else gotta pitch in and make up for that, that's why it's a team sport. Okay, so, you know, so I'm not, you know, obviously you don't want to lose anybody, you want everybody to be there because you're going to be better chances, but I also think those are opportunities. So, I'm not going to try to get too caught up on that because, like last year, we lost arguably our best player, Tristan. She played a couple games. She showed in the first round tournament. She was dropping 25 or 27, and she hadn't played in 5 weeks. And having to play the number 1 team in the country 3 times in 5 days.
Yeah.
Without her,
Yeah.
You know, might as well jump off a cliff without a parachute, right? I mean, that was just going to be a struggle, but our girls battled. They battled. So
And that last one was it the middle one that was only 2 or 4 point difference?
the last one,
Yeah.
here, the game I got to coach was we got up on double digits until we got in foul trouble, and then their guards just kind of took over. You know, I thought we did a good job on Stephanie, and next thing you know, she ends up with 28. She makes 13. She made it next. I think she was 2 shots or 3 shots, and she made like her next 12 in a row. So, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, that's right.
Just play better defense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, we're excited for the new season, and we look forward to not only having you back, but games in front of fans and everything going on in the pit this year. So,
yeah.
Best of luck in your season. We'll see you down on the Bill and Shirley Reynolds court soon.
Yeah. Thanks for all you guys do to help promote our women, and we're excited to get out there and hopefully we have a good product for everybody to come watch and want to come back and support these girls. This team, I love this team. They're just the greatest girls. So very thankful. Thank you.